Boris Johnson is in talks with the EU about what to do with the Queen of England.
Cut it out, Governor. This ain't regular news, mate. This is movie news. And in movie news, we talk about Disney continues to flaunt its stranglehold over Hollywood as Disney Marvel's 20th Century Fox, as Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds teases a meeting with Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe's chief execs about the future of Disney's Marvel's 20th Century Fox's X-Men's second Deadpool in less than a decade.
Yeah, many options face the character, such as a third solo feature film in Disney's Marvel's Cinematic Universe, or crossovers between Disney's Marvel's... Scarlett Johansson says she wants an all-female superhero movie in Disney's Marvel's Cinematic Universe.
And Brie Larson says that a number of female superstars approached Disney Marvel's overlord, Kevin Feige, to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, let's just hope that this movie is half as incredible as Captain Marvel.
Come on, Kevin Feige, get the ball rolling.
They see me rolling.
G'day, Charles Plumbing.
Destin Daniel Cretton confirms that Disney's Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will be a scene-for-scene remake of The Matrix.
More specifically, he confirmed that director of photography Bill Pope is on board, who shot the iconic Matrix trilogy. And
Jungle Book, and Spider-Man 3, and Alita, Battle Angel, Big Ass Eyes.
Big job, man.
Taika Waititi confirms that Disney Marvel's Thor 4, The Rise of Natalie Portman, could include the breast cancer storyline from the iconic comic Extravaganza.
What? Sorry, no, I don't care.
Rabbit food.
Look, do we have any news not about Disney?
You fool. Disney's Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn says that Warner Brothers offered him whatever he wanted to make the upcoming The Suicide Squad in 2021.
All right. Look, I'm sure it'll be fine. Do we have any news about James Gunn? Not related to comic books.
I myself can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 directed by James Gunn. You foolish man. Oh, say, can we see a movie?
What movie should we watch?
Let's see movies about movies. Necroville is a movie that I own. I'm not sure where it come from, but nevertheless, it is an official selection of the Tromadance New Mexico Film Festival from 2007. It's about two mates who live in this town, Necroville. Now, Necroville's got a serious problem, being that it is quite heavily infested by zombies. There's also werewolves and some vampires. What's pretty great about this take on a zombie film is that the infestation is really just a nuisance of the people in the town. Obviously, it's a pretty big nuisance, because if you're not careful, you'll be eaten alive. But it's not like it's a post-apocalyptic world that is ruined by scavengers and controlled by martial law. Instead, it's just a massive inconvenience that the people of the town try and live around. And if that kind of setting sounds like it could lend itself to a decent comedy, it does, because this movie is honestly pretty funny. Now, what it has going for it are the two main characters, Shaggy and Peter Parker's mate Ned. They are the source of the laughs in this film.
What is this then? A gun?
Being the kind of movie this is, you don't expect these guys to act so well. But the way they're able to just portray two normal dudes living through this rough situation is really what immerses you in this film. It doesn't feel like acting, it feels real. The friendship feels real. And the chemistry between these two guys is incredible. I've not really looked in the history of these actors, but I'm certain they almost have to be mates in real life.
Grab a paper and check you tomorrow?
That'll work. See ya.
Yeah, laters.
Necroville is a very adult movie, okay? There's a lot of no-no words. And a couple times they might go too far, but because it's an independent film and there's no studio giving these filmmakers orders, there's this true feeling of lawlessness, and that the creators are able to make the movie however they want. So even if there's 1 or 2 times where you can't just exhale and shake your head, it kind of adds to the overall charm of the film. I'm also pretty impressed with the quality of props in the movie, as well as the special effects / makeup. They did a pretty good job there, I think.
A nice, sweet girl.
I will say there's definitely some improvement needed for most of the fighting scenes in the movie. You can tell there's some effort put into the choreography, but it's just not edited all that cleanly. It could have done with a longer take here or there to improve the overall quality of the film. Otherwise, it's definitely an enjoyable movie. If you want a few giggles, you want to have a good time and just relax, this is the kind of movie that you should watch. And I would like to recommend it. However, I have no idea how you're going to find it. If you happen to stumble across the DVD at Red Dot, then it's definitely worth the $5 it'll cost you. Otherwise, you can ask me and I'll just have to lend it to you. And to the Ek reveal. You just watched the movie, how do you feel?
Like I want to die.
Why?
It was quite a slog.
Slog?
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
At all?
There are a few laughs there.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated the intentional terribleness.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 100 minutes is too long for something like that.
Okay.
It's very much like Dildo Diamonds in terms of it just being awful.
What do you prefer?
Dildo Diamonds because it was an hour.
Oh, only because of the length.
No, Dildo Diamonds was actually funny in places.
Yes.
I don't think this was as funny.
That's fair.
I thought the concept was pretty okay.
Yes. How do you feel about the chemistry between the two actors?
The actors, I didn't feel that good about it, to be honest.
Oh, damn.
It just felt like a lot of swearing between them and in lieu of, like, I don't know, a relationship.
What about when he...
I was offended. I'm not usually offended at things like this, but it's just tasteless.
That's pretty bad.
You don't sound so offended by what I'm saying.
No, I'm not really that offended. See, this is why I want you to watch Big Les, because then if you were like, no, I hated it, then I'd be like, yeah, explain. But now I'm like, you know what, that's alright. Honestly, it's actually pretty great. Like, the characters are fine, it's legitimately scary, except and until jump scares, huh? It's just jumping at you, and what for? Who likes it? No one. It's pissing me off, and I wish people would stop doing it, man, because you really just... It's just annoying, man. It's just annoying. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Movies About Movies. Tonight we're going to be discussing... Hey, Danny! Come on in to Movies About Movies. How you going tonight? Take a seat on the left.
Thank you.
Good to see you again,
take
buddy.
a seat, Lil D. How you going, sir?
Good, man, good.
Good. All right, Lil D. This is my friend Danny. You're probably wondering why I've called you here tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to start off by saying the first It. Good film. I like it a
film.
lot. I don't think it's scary at all, but I don't think it really needs to be because the characters... I think it's a great movie overall.
Discussing the 2017 It, not the 1990 It for everybody at home.
Would you agree?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most solid films of that year. It was a pretty
Okay.
up and down year for film.
Now, I have a big problem with It too, for many reasons, as many other people do. But my biggest complaint is probably mostly because of the actual source material. So first off, why don't you tell me your thoughts on It too?
Okay, so I'm Daniel. I've been listening to Audible.com. I've been listening to the audiobook, and recently I watched the 1990 movie.
Series? Did you watch it? Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
did.
watched the miniseries. It's 5 hours long.
I didn't know it was that long.
It certainly feels its length. But yeah, it was good to watch. But it's mostly a character-driven story. Everybody says, oh, I don't like spooky movies, but it is really just like almost like
Spooky
a mystery
skeletons.
movie.
So are you a fan of It too?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I came out of the theater. Like,
Okay, that's cool.
wow, that was a good
Are there any sort
$9
of-
spent.
What kind of do you have any like problems with that stand out before I tell you my problems with it?
I know for some people it does become a bit repetitive with the whole tokens thing, and
Oh, yeah,
it
that's
goes a
fair.
bit weird where they're doing the whole chanting.
I don't mind that at all.
And are you going to do spoilers in this discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, so when they bully it to death, that was my big problem
When
with
they
it.
call him a bully, that is the cringest insult you can
Hold on a
use.
minute. There's more than one way to make someone small. It's
Oh,
like you're a little clown. You're just a clown.
I mean, that's a fair insult, calling someone a clown. But calling them a bully, that was like, bro, that's...
Calling-
it's not... the cringe, man. You
bullying somebody by calling them a bully.
can't- Nah. If you didn't call him a bully, like Danny said it once, if they didn't call him that, we'd be like, okay, let's cringe.
Yeah.
But okay, here's the problem I have. And it's mostly because of the character Mike. He's the black dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been 27 years since the first film. What has he done in that time to prepare for a fight against a giant monster?
He's just been investigating it because you can't you can't go to it with a gun. You
Why?
can't, because it
Okay, look, they're
it uses your imagination or whatever, and this is so mysterious, and that's why you can't prepare for a fight with it. That's why he's doing so much research and stuff. You
doesn't
can't
look-
just. Did you expect him to bodybuild? Did you want like a Rocky montage of him going?
He needs to be Wick. He needs to be
I'm gonna
John
get him.
Wick.
I'm gonna get
Okay,
him.
they're down there, and Bev gives the little spear to her mate, and
Yeah.
she says, "If you believe it'll kill monsters, it will."
It'll kill monsters.
And he throws it, and it does damage. So why doesn't? Well, they're in America. Why doesn't he have a bunch of 9mm and say, "You believe it's gonna kill it? It's gonna kill him."
Because it fucking will. But what if they know deep down that it won't?
Well, then none of it works at all.
They have
And
this.
They can't defeat
They
him.
have this discussion early on in the book where they go to its house expecting like what's the street?
Elm Street.
No.
That's where the toys live from Toy Story.
Oh, okay. So they go to the street where the house is that it lives,
Mm-hmm.
and they it's Bill and Richie, and they
Mm-hmm.
bring like big guns and stuff.
In the book,
Yeah, in the book.
as kids or adults,
As kids.
like
They-
actual guns.
They bring like this big gun that Bill's dad used in the war.
Yeah.
And Richie, and he also brings his slingshot, which is seen in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Richie has a gun as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what part I'm up to. So
Damn it! Oh,
I don't know what the big fight is.
No, I wish you would finish
But
that.
I assume that they just kind of just go, damn,
Nah, we'll get him next time.
we'll get them next time.
I just
Because spoiler alert, it survives
as their kids, and then they have to fight them when
as
they're
their
older.
kids.
Because it doesn't make sense to me. Because it's been 27 years, and he's destroyed by this hobo dude, Stanley. No.
No, not Stanley. That's
Henry
Henry
Bowers.
Bowers. Yeah.
Like, he's not even in the gym at all. He's not. He should be. He needs to be. You're like, bro, you're fighting a big monster. Yeah, you need to do research. Okay, you need to read in your books. We're going to stand around in a circle and sing him to death. If that's what works, that's cool. But also, you need to be prepared to run away, which they do a lot, to fight, which they do a lot, because when he's getting choked by the guy, he starts choking him and he feels small. Remember that part? When he's like in the water, and he's like, I was choking him and he felt small. And if he kept choking, he probably would have killed him. So if he's been trained this whole time, and then they go in, they're all armed, like when they were kids, they beat him with baseball bats, do they not?
Yeah.
They're like beating him with bat, they're like, oh, frick you
Because
freaking
they
clown."
believe that they were bigger than him.
Exactly, and they're the same thing with their adults. But I don't understand why they went into the house completely unarmed.
As adults.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Bro,
were a
fighting
bit
him,
foolish
what?
as adults.
Why? It doesn't make sense, man. They're kids, and it's been 27
The kids bring
years.
weapons, but the adults don't.
He should know. It's a once you don't know anything about, you can't just believe that you're gonna think.
But it's not just Mike's fault. Like they all didn't do anything.
Yeah,
to
but the
prepare.
thing is, Mike's most to blame because everyone else is like forgotten or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool how it works. But like,
don't know if they're-
hasn't forgotten anything. He knows how.
Yeah.
He's known the whole time. So, bro, why are you not training? Why are you not fit? Why do you not have guns? If you don't have guns, whatever. But at least have like grappling equipment, so when you go back down the well, you can just zip, come down, climb back up, or even get a job. Hire some mercenary boys, and even if they don't believe it, doesn't matter because you're paying them. Just go down while he's sleeping.
Some
after
mercs.
like 15
So
years
John,
old.
so Corey wanted John Wick 4,
Yes, but in the universe.
but in the It universe.
Just climb down the well, get like a couple of big blokes. They're like, bro, there's no giant monster clown. He's like, whatever, man, I'm paying you. Just do what I say. And you're like, all right, bro. There he's just sleeping. Ba, 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 ba.
It
Ba,
doesn't.
ba, ba, ba.
There's it sleeping. Let's just fucking.
Exactly. Or they were like,
But
surprise,
it's a
I'm not scared of you. You're a clown. You're a bully.
Like, it could be, it's a shapeshifter, right? So it's an omnipresence. How does it know that Richie's gay? Or how does it know that
Well, that's fine. Okay, look, maybe they
Bill
should.
has a little willy?
But at least they're just so underprepared for this black dude, Mike. I can't just call him black dude. I'm gonna get done for being racist.
Demonetized.
27
Not good.
years, and he's just far too underprepared for me to appreciate it at all.
Yeah, but he prepared in his own way.
But it was foolish.
It was foolish, but you
He
can
put
say
all
he's
of
a
his
fool.
eggs in one basket, which was stand around and sing in a circle.
Like
which if it
voodoo
works,
singing.
it's good. But bro, you're fighting an interdimensional monster. You need to have more than this, man. You've had so much time.
But that's more of a problem with the story then.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. The problem that I have is
The main
source
story,
material.
yeah.
And so that's why I can't look past it.
Is that your only gripe that you have with it too? That they
Oh.
didn't bring guns to a
monster-
shape-shifting monster
Yeah.
duel?
They didn't bring any weapons at all. Because like when she gives him that little broken piece of fence and he spears at him and he does damage. Like,
You know what,
bro,
when he did
bring
that,
something.
I thought Bev was going to give him the stick and he was going to be like, this can kill monsters. And for him to throw it, it go straight through its mouth.
Yeah, because it's like
And do
opening.
nothing. Yeah,
That's what-
it
that's
was
what
it
I'm
was
thinking
open
after
out the back.
that.
So
But
I thought it
somehow,
was just
yeah.
going to go straight through and do jack shit, and then Eddie was going to be like, oh fuck.
But no, it actually stabbed him somehow.
Yeah.
But I think, like, you've not read where the book is, but you watched the series, and were they underprepared in the series?
Oh, they were the same. They just went to investigate like in that cave.
Like, bro, he's foolish.
Yeah.
Because he knows that if you believe it's going to kill him, it's going to kill him. So you just tell your mates.
Well, they don't know that. It's a mystery.
No, but Mike does. Because that's why he believes, and then remember he's like, you didn't tell your friends that they had to believe it. And then where they got to stand around in the circle and, what do they sing or they chant or whatever? Something about light?
Some voodoo thing. They threw their shit in there.
Yeah, but it was just
Take
too
a dump in the
underprepared.
bowl and.
And I've not read it. You've read a little bit. You've watched the series, and it seems like to me the biggest problem is the source material is too illogical for me to.
But you
enjoy
could
it.
say that about anything. You could just say, why didn't they go in with guns?
No,
Harry
not really.
Potter, why didn't they have guns?
Wait, you wait for it. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Okay. One more problem I have with the movie.
You just
is-
want guns.
No, well, this is not to do with the source material. It's that I just thought it was very predictable, and the scares weren't scary at all, and I was just frustrated by. the
Yeah,
jump
I've
scares.
never seen the It movies as scary movies.
Well, the first one wasn't scary at all, but I still loved it because of the characters, and we were focused on these kids. And the second one, I think going back to the first one was kind of the movie being like, hey, remember how good the first one was?
Yeah.
Like, what is the point of having two separate movies if you're just going to go backwards in time in the second movie? Like, that's why the series was separate. That's why the series went from the kids to the adults, went back and forth, but this is split up. It should be the kids in this one, the adults in this one. I don't know what's the point
Yeah.
of having two separate movies.
Because in the source material and in the miniseries, it's set up like when they're adults, they have flashbacks to kids.
That's cool.
And it jumps between adults and kids. And you can't really... Imagine it if there was no flashbacks, the second movie.
Well, I think they could have made it work better.
You reckon?
Yeah, because that's why all the flashback stuff happens in the first movie. They're kids.
Yeah.
And all the adult stuff happens in the first movie. In the second movie. That's how I think it should be. Because I think going back to the first one just took us out of it too much. I was like, I remember this movie, it was great. But I'm not
Yeah.
liking the rest of it.
I was kind of confused on where a few people and myself were confused when we were watching the movie about when that takes
Yeah,
place.
and it's also like, if we're
And
seeing this in the kids, why do we
And
not
it's
see this in the
apparently
first movie?
between when Richie and Bill have that fight
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then when they're all broken up,
I think that's mentioned.
it's still fucking with them.
Might be mentioned, I think, in the movie, in the first one.
Yeah. And the kid actors were so good
Yeah.
and it just everything about that first movie was so entertaining.
Yeah, the first movie was great.
But I still love every time Bill Skarsgård as it is on screen.
Yeah, he does fine. Like,
Yeah.
he plays the character just fine. I think, like, his actual monster stuff was mostly cool. Like, when he was actually the giant lumberjack, I'm like, that's a cool monster.
Yeah.
But it's just unpredictable. It's just a predictable jump
It was
scare
kind of
that I'm like,
it was
like, it's a cool monster, but it's just like, "Bleh." I'm like, yeah, obviously that's going to happen. Harry Potter.
okay. Go Harry Potter. What?
Again. He said, why don't they use guns in Harry Potter?
That was a good segue, dude.
Why don't they use guns in Harry Potter?
Because they're wizards. It'd be shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing, okay?
Avada!
Yeah. Okay, look.
John Wick 5.
Two big
and the
things that stick out
Philosopher's
to me.
Stone.
Number one, rest in peace, Dobby gets stabbed. The teleporting, The chick throws the knife,
Yep.
stabs him and he dies.
Bellatrix Lestrange
Yes.
throws the knife.
Number 2, the biggest one, when they're all telling the story, I think Hermione's telling the story,
Wait, why is that a point? Why are you saying when they teleport away?
and he gets stabbed with a knife.
How
Like,
could
she
you
stabbed
resolve
him.
that?
Well, okay, let me get to the second one.
She could have just shot Dobby in his big fucking beady eyes.
Yeah, let me get to the second big point that I have a struggle with. In Deathly Hallows Part 1, I think it was Part 1, remember they're talking about like those artifacts?
Yeah.
And Hermione's telling that story. And it's
The
got that
artifacts,
cool...
the Deathly Hallows.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, probably. Hermione's telling that story and it's got that cool animated thing where it's all gold and
Yeah,
stuff.
the three brothers.
And it's got like the cloak, yeah, whatever else.
the
other
cloak,
item
the
was.
wand, and the stone of resurrection.
Yeah, something like that.
There you go.
The wand...
Yeah.
This guy has like done all he can to get the most powerful wand in the world. Like it's the most powerful wand ever. And what happens? He goes to sleep and his mate just cuts his throat.
Yeah.
What's the point of having this powerful ass magic if your friend can just cut your throat like any old muggle?
Well, it's not going to wake you up. It's not like a house alarm.
No, but like why? What's the whole? I don't understand like all this magic and power, which is cool, but like they need to address the reason for not using guns and stuff.
Because it's the same reason that wizards don't really know about like TVs and shit. You know, they're like, fascinating. TVs, microwaves, holy shit. They're pretty much in the dark about all this. So I think they're like all the way back in the Stone Age when it comes to technology.
Well, the unforgivable spells or curses or whatever, they're meant to be unblockable, are they not? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Sure.
And there's, but it's not established that bullets are unblockable.
So but they should just establish that, and then I'll be if you try to shoot Voldemort, but he went to that black thing, and you know how they like, you know how they teleport in. If they try to shoot him, but it's just like,
no.
all the Death Eaters, how they do that.
Yeah.
If they try to shoot him and he did that, I'd be like, problem solved. But they don't even address it, and it's like,
just not necessary.
okay, I'll give you an example. Skullduggery Pleasant.
Okay, this is another thing I don't know nothing about.
It's all about
but
magic. They have the
I've heard
elemental
of it.
powers. They
Yeah.
have fire. They throw fire. They use like wind, earth, water. Not that much. They mostly just use fire and wind. They have necromancers which use like death, and they throw like shadows as like knives and stuff. And they have all this crazy ass magic stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. But there's also a lot of hand-to-hand combat. They have guns. Skullduggery's got a revolver. Bop, bop, bop. I remember there's a scene, I don't know if you call it a scene in a book, where like some dudes in motorbikes run around, they got like Uzis, and they start shooting with machine guns. But they primarily use magic and stuff, but it still is all included, and it's like, it makes sense as to why no one's running around with guns all the time.
everything
It's in their
together.
environment.
But would you watch Harry Potter if it had guns? No.
No, but
that-
all they need to do is address
That's not the draw
reason
of
for
it.
And in Skullduggery Pleasant is so good, Skullduggery Pleasant, because they are using all this magic, but they're not just like, bzzz, even though
Yeah.
the fight scene in Order of Phoenix was badass. They're also punching the hell out of each other using their fire, and it's just more gritty. Even though I think the Harry Potter movies are great.
Yeah.
I really do think they're great.
But they are kids' movies. You kind of like...
But as they get older, they get more darker. I love them, I
Yeah,
really
of
do.
course.
But I can't get over this underlying
No,
problem.
cut that out. Don't let me say kids' movies. Here's another grasping at balloons.
Mm-hmm.
In Skyrim, if you're training up to be a mage, and you're putting all your skills into a mage, and you're spending all this time training up to be a mage, you're not going to turn around and use a sword.
Mm.
And like in Australia, in the UK, gun laws are pretty strict as well. So they're not just going to go get a gun. Like, not every
fair.
second person has guns. I guess the wizarding school in America still has school shit. Cut that. Cut that. You can just shoot him in the head.
Kneecap him.
Like American Sniper, but it's
I mean,
Harry
they can
Potter.
be mad. They can shoot him and be like, mortal muggle weapons, but I had to do it to save the world. They can do that.
They had to do it to him.
But like, you know, I feel like
You reckon they should have some...
maybe it's just me.
They
maybe,
should have had more muggles in it. Like, muggles going be like, oh, you guys have a Hitler too?
I just-
Let's send the army.
Yeah, let's get the Nazi Hitlers versus the Death Eaters. See what happens. I think I just need a bit of establishment. Just to be like, we can't just shoot him, bro. We can't just stab him, bro. It won't work. If I just had a reason, like a simple reason for that.
But
then
if
I'll be
magic
happy.
won't stop him, what will? And that's what they're kind of going for. They're just like, nothing can stop him. He's the most powerful wizard. Somebody runs at him with a gun, you just go,
There is
zap.
actually a Harry Potter book where they talk about guns.
Okay.
Okay.
They call it a kind of metal wand.
While Muggles have been told that Black is carrying a gun, a kind of metal wand which Muggles use to kill each other.
A metal wand.
A metal wand. See, I told you they were in the Dark Ages
Again,
when
going
it
back
comes
to
to
Skullduggery
Muggle weaponry.
Which people sort of compare to Harry Potter, probably just because it's sort of kidsy and it's sort of magic stuff. But I mean, I've not read
Focused
Harry
at
Potter.
teens.
Yeah. That's
Save
better.
that.
But I mean, I just kind of feel, I mean, maybe because it's the only book I've really read, but it just feels fast and superior to me because maybe I just need more violence, you know?
Oh yeah, more
And,
hands-on.
And it's like, bah, bah, bah! So yeah, that was another episode of Movies About Movies, episode 4. Hope you enjoyed it so far.
So, have you seen it?
Saying what? Make sure they is real hot.